I absolutely love this brand new shiny netherite armor with the little diamond trim on it. Looks so perfect. At the end of the last video, I went netherite hunting for roughly maybe 3.5 hours, and I got enough netherite to not only equip my armor with some, but also all of my tools as well. So now hopefully I should be able to work on projects for just a little bit longer with the longer duration of my tools. But with that out of the way, today's video, we are going to be focusing on a brand new workshop. Now you might be asking, well, what about the workshop that we have right here? Well, when I designed this was more of an early game workshop, and I feel like now it's starting to actually like slow me down a little bit. So what I mean by that is actually two things. One of them is the chests. Now, as you can see, I do have quite a lot of chests, but it's still not as organized as I want it to be. Like, I want to be able to have almost like sections like we do here, but instead have one for maybe like the end blocks that, we don't have much, but we could, right? Maybe have one for just all stone, one for all wood, one for moss, one for grass, right? Like all of these different, stuff here that we can like categorize. I want to be able to do that here. And then the second thing is actually this little super smelter, or it's like a semi super smelter, because it's only 16 furnaces, which is pretty good. That means that every time we smelt a stack, we only need 4 cycles. But I want to be able to only have 1 cycle. I want to be able to smelt, things in bulk and not have it take that long. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing for today's video. Now, we actually have a flat spot that I flattened over here, and this is where we're going to be making it. I think it's close enough to the base where it's not going to feel like a hassle to get here, but it should be far enough away where it's a different change of scenery, right, compared to what we've been working on for the past couple of weeks. So I'm very, very excited. So this build is actually going to work out a little bit differently. Now, usually when I build something, like all of the houses that we built over there, usually I start off by building the wood frame, or even just building it out of wood and then putting in the stone. However, this is going to be a mostly stone build with a little bit of wood for detailing. So we're actually going to reverse that, and I'm going to start off by building out of stone and then build in with wood. Okay, so when I made this base on the Shenanigan SMP or something similar to this I actually was a bit of a struggle trying to fit in a stack of furnaces. So what I want to do really quick is I want to make sure that we can fit 32 on each wall, so that we didn't make that mistake. Let me quickly check. Alrighty, we were able to do it by just about a block, which is actually quite interesting. So what I think we can do, actually, which should make it actually pretty easy, is we're gonna make the point for the block to enter. We're actually gonna make that on the side over there. So we're going to bring that, or this entire thing, down by 1 over here. Alrighty, yeah, so because what I'm kind of thinking is I want there to be kind of like a wide area, like door opening here, and then yeah, like I like something like that. And then what I want is the things to go in the back. So the furnaces are actually going to be kind of hidden, so it doesn't, they're not going to go right here, they're going to go a little bit up, but the chests are actually going to be blocking it. It would be cool to kind of see, so we might do a cool design maybe where you can like see just the furnaces. But yeah, for now we're just going to make the chest go in the front, because I want this to feel big, but not like massive, like we're wasting space. So yeah, we're gonna be putting in the chest kind of in front. So what I'm thinking is we'll kind of have like a wall here going on, and then that will make the thing, like that'll separate the two. So we're gonna be starting by building the super smelter, because when I made my own workshop on the Shenanigan SMP, one thing that I noticed was that I was kind of having to work inside the building, and I made a couple of mistakes with the actual super smelter, so it got a little bit confusing. But I want to kind of perfect it right here with this. So what I'm kind of wanting to do is we're gonna have the thing go to here, obviously. So what we're going to need is we're gonna start by doing something like this. If we put the furnaces here, we can run the hoppers this way going into a chest over here, so that should be fine actually. All right, perfect. So with all of the furnaces in place, we now have to add in the hoppers. So we're going to be adding in the hoppers going into the actual furnace first, so that means that we're going to be putting them on the back like this and across the top. So let me quickly go ahead and do that really quick. All right, so with all of the hoppers in place, we now are going to connect it to these chests over here. So we're going to just run it through over here. Now we're probably going to build something to actually hide all of these hoppers, so don't worry. I think we'll only have like part of these 2 chests sticking out, so you shouldn't be able to see any of that. So yeah, basically we're just going to connect it all the way around, and that should be the entire, at least hoppers placed down. So let's go ahead and quickly do that last bit. Okay, so for the rails, we are going to do something quite interesting. So we need to have two sets of rails going around. So we need to have one going that will put the actual item into the top up here, and then we need to have one that will actually insert the fuel. So what I'm thinking is we have two sides over here. I think we put one side, each will have like its own thing. So what I'm kind of thinking is something along the lines of like, we might end up, you know, changing this a bit, but one of these rails will go over here, go all the way this way, and then we actually need to extend this wall by one, because we need to have a line going all the way around, because it basically needs to connect with each other. So this actually needs to go back by one, and then the reason is so that when this minecart comes here, we can actually turn this one and have a little spot over here where this can come over this way and then connect over to that way. And then the idea is, so let's say that this side, let's just assume that this goes here. I think we usually do that, and then this will go over here. Let's assume that this was going to go over this way. So what we would need to do is, I think, actually do something like this, where this goes up here, this goes here, and then that goes there, right? So that would be how that would work. And then this would go all the way over this way. So let's quickly place these down. It'll get to here, and then it's going to continue down that way, and it's going to turn here, and then once again go into these, and it's going to hit this wall right here, and then bounce all the way back. So that's how it's going to work. And then we basically just need to do the same thing right here, except this time we need to connect a bit of stone right here so that the minecart can go this way. So that's basically all that we're going to do for now. Alrighty, so I think everything works. So now all that we really have to do is we're just going to quickly fix that up there, and then we just have to connect all of these so that they each are powered. So I think what we can do is we can do something like that, yeah, which will power all of these, and then we should be able to do it roughly in the middle over here as well, although we might need to, we're gonna need to move it over just by one, probably to there. Yep, that's pretty good. Alrighty, so what should happen here is when we send this minecart, it should go all the way around, hit this block, and then come back. And then when we use this one, it should go all the way around, hit this block, and then turn back around. So let's go ahead and see if they both work. So we'll just do that there, and we're just going to do one. And then let's quickly go into FreeCam really quick so we can see the two minecarts. They do cross paths there, which is very, very nice. So then, yeah, like I said, they should hit that, and then, yep, they should bounce back, which is very, very nice. And yeah, that's basically the entire thing done. Except something I'm not too sure of is whenever I have something hit this wall here, I always make it go back by one, so that instead of going here, it'll go over one more stone block and then the wall. But the problem is, it's actually on this side over here. So with the one going over the top, if we were to do that, it would actually block this little junction here, which then wouldn't allow the minecart to go up, meaning we would either have to bring this entire thing back by one or like have it be like this. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to put in some stone. There isn't any charcoal in here, so it shouldn't be picked up or like, you know, smelted. But for now, we're just going to put in a stack into here, and we're going to see if we get one in this one, because I don't know if it'll in this one here, because this block is right here. I don't know if it'll actually put one into this one. So let's quickly go ahead and see really quick. I'm hopeful that it does. Okay, it does. Brilliant. So that's fine then. Yeah, so that should basically work then, and then that'll just automatically be smelted later on. Okay, cool. I think that that's actually everything with at least like the redstone part done, at least with all this. Alright, so with the redstone part of this done, I am going to now build up the building to as high as I want. So let's get to building. Alrighty, so I want to add a little layer of glass panes here because I think it'll just look honestly quite nice here. So we're going to do one layer like this. Alright, yeah, I think that that looks honestly quite nice. So what I want to do once again is wrap the, or continue doing some of the stone. I think we might go for 3 more blocks and then we'll start with the roof. Alrighty, so that is a pretty good height, I like to think, and then I think the roof will start to go in from there. Now what I want to do really quick before we continue anything is I actually want to wall off the furnaces here. Now the reason for that is, while yes, I think that they look really cool, the problem that I have is that when we start to take down the wall, especially if we're, you know, working with different blocks, I don't actually know what I'm going to do. Some of the blocks might actually go flying into and then actually go into the minecart, which is honestly not very good. So what we're going to do is to avoid as much of that as possible. At least for the bottom, we can, you know, kind of tug the wall and hopefully grab the block before these things can. But for the higher up ones, we're going to cover the entire thing there, and then that way we can, you know, make it look somewhat good. Alrighty, so I basically added a slab roof on top of all of the things over here, and then what I think I want to do is I want to use stone bricks to cover this part here. Ooh, okay, so one slight problem is that it does actually get stuck in this corner. The minecart did anyway, so I'm not sure how to fix that, but hopefully that was like a one-time thing. No, it's even getting stuck over here. Okay, that's not very good. Okay, so I did this little thing. I'm hoping that if it can actually get up and avoid this thing, that hopefully that should work. Now, what I'm going to do is try that on this side as well really quick. All right, so I have the minecart. We are going to quickly press this, and then we're going to go into free cam really quick to see if that solution fixed it. And yeah, it did look like it did. Alrighty, so we should be able to see this come back then at some point, hopefully. So if that was the case here, let's quickly stop that. Let's see if it worked. Okay, so something tells me that it didn't work. The minecart has not returned. Oh, because it's getting stuck over here now. Ah, okay. See, this is why we run tests. So I think part of the... I don't know how we're going to fix this actually. Okay, so far this is the solution that I was able to fix up. Now the problem with that is there's a big hole in the wall of theirs. Now I'm not entirely sure how we would fix that. I'm not sure. We could do something like we usually do in the corners where we just kind of put like a giant fence there, but instead we can make it out of something like different, I guess. And then like maybe we could do like a giant pillar that would go like here, you know, and then kind of just like wrap the entire building around, so it was like two there. So we could make something that looks like it could go over here, but even then that just looks a bit weird. I don't know if I love that, because it would have to go over to here as well. You know, I think we have to bite the bullet and accept that we have to move this back, but that's actually not a bad thing, because instead of like, we can get rid of everything that we did out here. We could just move the wall one back like that, which doesn't look terrible. Now there is a bit of a gap there, but honestly, with how much of a gap there is with all of this stuff here anyway, I don't think it matters much, and we don't have to do anything in the corner, because believe it or not, usually you guys know me and I like to, you know, add my little things in the corner. I don't want to do that with this one. I want to like decorate and make it look a lot nicer, but yeah, I think that we can, you know, like bite the bullet and, you know, take it back by one. Yeah, that doesn't look that weird. Yeah, it's still spacious, right? Like, I think that is pretty nice. I also just realized I put those two chests in the wrong spot. That should be a relatively easy fix though. And yeah, I actually don't mind that. So I think what we'll do for now is I'm gonna put torches here. And then I want to actually put some of these glass panes right here. So that's actually why I left the spot here, because I want to put the panes right here. No, I think we're gonna put glass there. I don't like how it connects like that. That was actually a good thing, because instead of using normal glass, I was gonna say normal white glass, but technically there is white stained glass, but whatever. Instead of using normal glass, we get to use black glass, which I think will just make it look a lot nicer, right? Like a little bit darker. And then, yeah, like I'm honestly just a big fan of that. So as far as the roof is going to be concerned, I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a bit of a stone roof, like a slab roof. Honestly, I know it's kind of simple, but I think I like it more. And then at that point, we just have to add in or we can actually just start decorating the walls and then add in the chests, or, you know, decorate the walls, add the floor, make everything look pretty, and then add in the chests. So yeah, let's get going. Alrighty, it is time to do the decoration part of this area, specifically with the outside of the building. So it looks very boring from the outside, which is kind of sucks, because it actually looks really nice from the inside. So we are going to make it look a lot nicer. Now, unlike my usual build where I usually add something to the outside, like, you know, some decoration with stairs or some fences, we're not going to be doing any of that. So we have to make this entire area look good using just some texturing. I think we may be able to do it. I might add in some like walls for decoration. We have a couple of those lying around in some of these boxes here. Yeah, some of these tough walls and whatnot. I might use some of them maybe for, like, you know, columns in the corner, but I don't really plan on it. So let's get to work, shall we? Editing G1 here. Just want to point out that I was going to do a time lapse of me editing and, you know, adding detail to the building that you're seeing right now. However, it took so incredibly long. My Mac cannot literally handle the time lapse. I cannot play back and make sure that it is a-okay. So instead, I'm just going to cut to when I'm done. So that's like 2 hours done. And by the way, this is like a 3.5 hour recording, and most of it was spent doing this. So I just want you guys to know I am suffering because of this, but I hope you guys enjoyed the outcome. Alrighty, so after roughly like an hour or so, I don't even know, I finally finished decorating it, and I think it looks so much better. Like, when you look at it from afar, it doesn't just look like a plain old stone building. It actually looks really interesting. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the blocks that I used. So I used obviously some cobblestone, some tuff, some moss, andesite, you know, all of these other stuff, but there's actually 3 unique blocks that I actually really like that also kind of look like stone. One of them is over here, as you can see, some of the gray wool. Now it looks like it's a lighter gray rock, like kind of splintered around, which I think looks really nice. The second one is the kind of gravel pebbly looking thing. I think that this looks really sick. I think it matches with a lot of the blocks. And then something that I actually got from the YouTuber Good Times with Scar, one of my favorite combinations actually right now, is, as you can see, the tough blocks mixed with the new pale moss blocks is surprisingly good. Like, I saw it in his video and I thought, wow, that looks pretty good on camera, but let me see in person, and yeah, it looks really good. I highly recommend you guys try this out, because it really does look really nice. So that is some of the unique combinations that I used to achieve this. Now, unfortunately, with the roof, I can only use about half as many blocks, because, you know, you can't make moss slabs, you can't make you know, wool slabs, you can't make gravel slabs, and then just a bunch of other stuff. So I'm only able to do this for the roof. I'm most likely going to change this out a little bit later, but I want to actually get done with the interior right now. This is fine for me, honestly. I kind of like the whole stone roof. Like, it kind of seems like that was placed on, like, or at least like replaced, and now it's starting to slowly like crumble again. So I am overall a fan of it. Now, I said that I wasn't going to do much as far as like decorations and stuff. I do want to throw a couple of the the walls around just to add a little bit of detail. Specifically, I might just wall this entire little section here. Like I might just put walls here just because it looks a little bit plain right now, especially from the outside. So we might do that. Honestly, yeah, that looks kind of nice. I'm kind of okay with that little simplicity kind of look that has. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I am a little bit annoyed at that stone there we go, but otherwise, yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Now as far as the floor is going to go, I think I might just use most of this stone that I have here and just make it all stone. I kind of like the actual stone look that this has, and then I want to do a couple things with some wood, actually, specifically some wood beams. All right, so there is the entire thing done, at least the floor. I'm tempted to like, you know, bring all of the detailing that we did in the walls and the ceiling down here, but I actually for some reason like this kind of smooth stone on the bottom. Like I don't know what it is. Let me know if I should change that, but I feel like this works just really nicely. All right, so the next thing that I actually want to do is I want to add some beams going across this thing. I feel like this place should have beams going right over the middle, so what I'm kind of thinking is I want to find the middle, which looks to be like around those two blocks right there, so something like this. I just want to have giant beams going over the top. Now I think I want to make them 4 wide like this. Yeah, I think that just looks really nice. And then what I'm going to do is probably do something where like they connect on each side, like over here. Yeah, that way it just looks up, it's actually like, it looks like it's being held up, which is the ultimate goal. Alrighty, that is the pillars done. I actually think I like them. I don't have any more spruce, unfortunately. I have a little bit, but I might end up in the future connecting these two together, and then same on that side. But honestly, yeah, I really like the way that this looks. I feel like it actually makes sense to have this here, and honestly it just adds some wood variety to this, which we did kind of need, and that will actually allow me to, I want to do something with these, and had to go make more, but I think that with these beams here, what we're actually able to do now is I want to kind of make a little thing here where this kind of goes down, and then we can do 2 here and then come down to here, and oh whoops, need to bring this one more down and go here and bring these down here. Yeah, I actually like the way that looks. And then we can do a couple more, like kind of just going down this way, like whenever we need to. We can just bring these down here. We can do those to be about 2, that way they're not too far down and like blocking anything. So I think that works. Yeah, like I am a fan of that. Okay, so I don't have that many chests, unfortunately, but what I think that I would like to do is kind of break this area up into different sections. So what I'm kind of wanting to do is maybe we can do something kind of going up like this, maybe. So like we can do something like this and then bring this over maybe like that. Although no, these would have to be stairs. Or honestly, we could just do slabs here as well, because what I would like to do is I want these chests to come out this way. So then, you know, we can just have these going over here, and yeah, we can just like kind of have these going here. Yeah, because that way what we could do is we could still see these things. So, you know, we can just keep these going here, keep these going all the way over here, like going all the way around, and then that way we can have different sections. Now I don't think we'll be able to fill all of them today, mostly because I've been recording this pretty much all day, and I am getting quite hungry. I am getting quite hungry, but what I would like to do is break this up into sections. So I'm kind of curious. I don't think like all of them have to be the same. I wonder, do we have by any chance, we do have a couple of signs. I think it's worth it if we make a little bit more. All right, the reason for that is because I think it could be nice to label these, you know what I'm saying? Like we are going to be able to label them. So I think this one should be also I think we're gonna do this differently. I might do that and then sign here. I think what we'll do is we're gonna do stone stuff over here. So I think what I might do is I might do like an arrow here, stone, and then go wood here, right? So then we can have one for wood, right? And then, you know, we can, oh, we need to grab this. So then, you know, we can make a little thing over here, right? Make this go a decent bit, and we might make that go to there is lots of wood in the game, so we can do something maybe like that. I think that should be okay for now, because we'll also double them up. So yeah, this should be okay, because yeah, we'll have 2 rows, so we should be a-okay with that. And then once again, I will go here, and then we can do this, and then we can do, again, wood would go here, so we can do arrow, wood, and then maybe we do like farming stuff here, like farm, and then we can go bang bang. And then honestly, we do have quite a bit of stuff for farming, so I might bring this out like all the way over here. Actually, I'm gonna rename this from farm to nature stuff, because I kind of include quite a lot of stuff in the kind of nature stuff or in my typical farm chest. Like I usually include things like moss, bone meal, flour, so anything nature kind of related, I always like to do that. So like, you know, things like flowers, grass, even dirt, like I might even put that into this category. So this being the biggest one is actually like worth it, because that is kind of how I, you know, like organize it. So that does make sense. We're gonna quickly just do one more set over here really quick, and then I will let you guys know what I decided to put in each of them. Alrighty, so I think that this is the basic workshop done now. I basically made a couple sections over here. This is a to be determined. Now, in case Minecraft decides to add a new kind of thing that I need an entire storage section for, here that is, right? I might do like nether slash end stuff here potentially. I don't have that much of it yet, so I'm not sure if I want to give it an entire section here yet, but I have decorative stuff here. So things like iron bars, chains, things that I want to get in bulk that I use quite a bit for, you know, the main town area, we can put over here. And then I have over here just valuable things like armor trims, rare items, you know, maybe like diamonds, ores, minerals, all that kind of stuff will go here. And then I think the only thing that there's actually left to do is get like a bunch of chests. So I'm gonna quickly go ahead and get me some more wood. Alrighty, yeah, that's with this entire area, like all the chests in. And honestly, yeah, I actually think it's like really nice. Actually, I'm such a big fan. I kind of like how it looks like it's a shelving unit inside of like what looks like it's a factory. You know, I wanted to make a giant factory, but every time I think of the factory, I always think of like the pollution coming out of them, and I don't really want to make, you know, giant clouds of smoke that are like, you know, supposed to be corrupting my air in Minecraft. So I just decided to not do that. But I kind of like the whole factory look that this has, and then on the inside, it's, oh man, I love this so much. Actually, I think it's such like, it's so interesting. And one thing that I want to do actually, which is one of my biggest inspirations for making this thing actually, is I want to be able to make the thing in here. This is the, for those of you guys who don't know, this is the rail duper thing that most people will make. The reason why I wanted to make this is because I like how I can fit this here. So whenever I need it, I don't have to rebuild it. I can just, you know, quickly replace the top two rails. You know, I can turn this on if I need it. And then, oh, you know, I don't need it now, so I can just leave it here. But this area is still big enough where, like, you know, keeping this here wouldn't be like a difference, right? Like, it's still just, you know, like plenty of space. And I think that's why I enjoy this area so much. And if you guys enjoy this area too, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and also just sharing this video with your friends. This video took a decent bit of time in preparation to make, and I'm going to assume a very long time to edit as well. I have no idea. I'm currently looking at 3.5 hours in OBS, so I don't know if I'll be able to get this video out before tomorrow, because I'm recording this on Sunday the 5th, and I usually like to get a video out on Monday. So if this comes out on Tuesday, that's the reason why. This is a big video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless. If you guys did, like I said, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.